books I just really, really want to pick up for the last, and have that pressure. So I think I'm going to start October's TBR early, so when I'm finished with the books that I'm currently reading, I can go on to the books for October. So I'm gonna do a little recap like last time I did a little recap, and I think I did a little bit better this month. I think I did a little bit better. The first card we drew was the Knight of Fire, the Knight of Fire, the Knight of Fire. And it was the book we chose was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone for a reread prompt. And I read it. I actually read it. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it. I was also surprised at it felt different reading it. I wasn't, like as enraptured with it as I used to be. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was very nostalgic. That's all I really have to say on the matter. And so yes, I did finish the book. So that's going to go in the finished pile. Yay! This is the finished pile. This is the finished pile. I was gonna say, I don't think I've gone through that many. This is the finished pile. This is the finished pile. So we're gonna put that in here. And then this one goes in there as well. Hooray! Okay, the next card that we drew, was Four of Air, and we chose Mame by Jessica George, and I did not read this. This was an abstract art cover. Yet again, I just was not feeling like reading a literary fiction book. It's just so hard for me to get into that right now, especially when I'm like really into fantasy, and I'm like super into fantasy right now, more so than almost anything else, I think. And it's hard for me to want to pick it up, so I didn't end up picking this up, so that's going to go into the pile of doing it again. Okay, and this will go back on my shelf. The next card that we chose was Temperance. And it was the shortest, or the smallest book, and so I chose this, Everyday Witchcraft, 366 Ways to Witchify Your Life. I have been reading it throughout the month. Actually, I've read quite a few of them. I have yet to do like an actual, there's like a try this portion. Like, for instance, ask yourself, what does this year's harvest look like? Am I happy with it? If you're not, write down 3 ways in which you can change your approach. And so I have not done that yet, but I am planning on doing it before September. So I'm going to say that this card has been completed. So that's going to go in the completed pile. Alright, and yeah, I will continue reading this until the end of the month. Okay, and then the fourth card was Seven of Earth, and So I put on Zodiac Academy Cursed Fates, and I am about 75-80% in. I'm almost done. I think I'll be done in the next day or two. It's been kind of a slow read. I thought I was going to go faster. I thought I was going to read this faster, but I ended up not reading it as fast as I thought. So I ended up not reading the next one, and I actually think I'm going to take a break from the series because I think I need a break. I think the last two books have been pretty slow for me. It like speeds up at the end or in certain parts, but then I feel like the middle has been just so like boggy and slow. So anyway, I will finish this. It's been good, but like I said, slow. I will finish it. And then the last, okay, so that will be that, that card is done and put in there. And then the last card, the sixth card is the Seven of Air. The Seven of Air. And that, my dear friends, was another failed TBR attempt. What is it called? What is it called? I'll have to go to my Kindle. By Carrie Lake. Nightshade by Carrie Lake. And I did not read this. I did not finish it because I did start it at some point earlier this year or last year. I can't even remember when I was reading it. I started it and I didn't finish it. And I didn't pick it up again. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. But yeah, that means that this is going back in the pile. Alright, that is the end of our recap. So that means that we are ready to move on to the game. I'm gonna do a little chapstick application. It's Burt's Bees lip balm, vitamin E, and peppermint. It's very tingly, 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 tingly. Alright, I'm excited. I'm excited for this month. I kind of want to focus on like spooky, and like horror, mystery, witchy, magical books. Like darker themes, I think. So hopefully I can like fit them in. Think of things to read. Okay. Let's begin. I'm thinking about this one. No way. I just got this one. Do I use it? I must use it. It must be done. It must be done. That's so funny. That's so silly. I obviously didn't shuffle it very much, but like, it was sticking out. It wanted to be picked. So we have Seven of Air. Again, we just had it. We just put it back in the deck. There's a part of me that's like, maybe I should just like really quickly shuffle everything first, but I do shuffle it, and it's always random. I don't know. Anyway, for feelings that are at times far more honorable, but generally not so horrific. They use their unique skill. It's just that their moral compass doesn't always point them in the right direction. Playful mischief, stealing the sacred raven feathers from the Council of Monarchs. They don't realize that their play can hurt people, and their actions will have consequences. You may encounter a situation that tests your thoughts around honor or integrity, as accountability is easily hidden. Beware of how your inner dialogue impacts your decision-making process. Are you admiring your cleverness and your independence while at the same time leaving the perception that you are self-serving and arrogant? Are you holding back out of fear of being viewed as self-serving? Sometimes the Seven of Air brings to our attention a situation where someone convinces themselves they are the only one with the skills or the knowledge to handle the situation. Unfortunately, if things go south, the blame often falls on others. When this energy is close, be aware that your desire to go it alone will impact others. You may have taken on the role of leader or savior, but may not receive as many thank yous as expected. Okay. Interesting. Again, the rain has basically stopped. That's too bad. I love rain. Okay, let's do a spin wheel. Spin wheel. Spin wheel. Master wheel. Come on. Okay, let's spin. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What is it? A book with an unreliable memory or perspective. That sounds like a thriller or a mystery to me. A book with an unreliable memory or perspective. Interesting, interesting, interesting. What is gonna be what I pick? What am I gonna pick? What am I gonna pick? And it has to do with like thinking yourself capable or being a shapeshifter of some sort or playful mischief. I'm gonna look up something. Unreliable narrator books, because I can't think of anything I want to read. I want unreliable narrator book in books. Okay, like the first thing that came to mind was like The Girl in the Train, or like the woman in the window, which I've read both of those before. But there's also like The Catcher in the Rye, Gone Girl, We Have Always Lived in the Castle. That sounds intriguing. A 1962 novel by Shirley Jackson that tells the story of two sisters, one of whom may be a murderer. I like that idea. Rebecca. The problem with going for classics is that I already have like a bunch of classics that I should be reading, and literally I literally finished today a book that would have been perfect for this, because it's called the Turn of the Screw, and it could be an unreliable narrator, and it's like a horror book, well, gothic horror. It would have been perfect. Okay, let's look. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Oh my gosh, how do you even is a book. There is a book that I would like to read. Called Bunny by Mona. What is it called? Mona Awad. Bunny by Mona Awad. And I've always kind of wanted to read that, but I don't know if I can get it. So that's a possibility. This is always the hard part because I spend so much time doing, like, being here, trying to figure out what I should read. I'm just gonna go with it because I'm sure I can find it on Spotify if I can't get it on Hoopla. I'm gonna put Bunny by Mona Awad on there, except the fact that I'm not sure. Okay, let's read. Okay, yes, it works, I think. So, Bunny, I'm gonna put Bunny by Mona Awad, I think that's how you say it, as the book for Seven of Air, and it is a book with an unreliable narrator, supposedly, and the main character, I'm gonna say that she does kind of shapeshift into something different. First off, she is in a fiction writing cohort, so I like the idea of, like, fiction writing. You kind of, like, shift into, like, you kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but, like, you can, this is maybe very, very vague, but, like, shapeshift your ideas, your thoughts into words, like concrete words, and, like, a story. Like, shapeshift your imagination and thoughts and, like, vague ideas into something concrete, like words of a novel. That's very vague, you know, like, that's kind of, like, very figurative, but she also kind of shapeshifts into something different when she finds herself invited to the Bunny's Smut Salon. Let's see what it would be. What will our prompt be? What will our prompt be? A book published the year you were born. That was 1992. Okay, that's definitely something I'm going to have to look up. We're just looking up everything today. Okay, books published in 1992. Let's see. Most popular books. Okay, let's see if there's anything good you can look to. Oh, interesting. The Secret History. I've heard some good and bad things about that. Like, really good things from a lot of people, and then some people really don't like Donna Tartt. And I don't actually know the depth, like the details of that. I haven't looked that up. Okay, so The Outlander, number 2. I can't do that because I've never read number 1. And none of these are things that I know. The Witcher points 7. I don't want to start in the middle of something. I don't want to read Gerald's Game by Stephen King. A game, a husband and wife game, Gerald's Game. But this time Jesse doesn't want to play. Lying there, spread eagled. Okay, interesting. Okay, I don't know if I want to read that. Okay, interesting. I have not found anything that I'm really excited. Holy crap. Okay. Funny thing is, boundaries, when to say yes, how to say no, take control of your life. My mother-in-law got that for me and my husband, and I have it. But do I want to read it? Not really. Oh my gosh, is there anything? The Rainbow Fish. Oh, cute. Wow. Oh my gosh. The Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales. Wow. Oh, I love this. Wild Magic. The little horsey one. I remember. I still don't want to read that, but I remember that. Wow, my birth year was not great for me. Holy crap. Okay, let's see if there's anything. Dinosaurs Before Dark, Magic Treehouse, number 1. Oh yeah, Dinosaurs Before Dark. Sailor Moon. Oh, Goosebumps started as well. Interesting. I've never read Goosebumps before. That might be interesting to go back and read. Amanda and Josh think the old house they have just moved in is weird, spooky, possibly haunted. And the town of Dark Falls is pretty strange too. But their parents don't believe them. You'll get used to it, they say. Go out and make some new friends. But these creepy new friends are not exactly what their parents had in mind, because they want to be friends forever. Oh no. That's interesting. What is it's Justice. decisions or life-changing changes, consider the long-term cause and effect. And just the fact that they moved into this house, which was, I think, like a freebie I saw, or like super cheap or something. Maybe they should have like thought about why it was so cheap. And they really should have thought, like, before they started making friends with the people that they ended up making friends with. I don't know who they end up making friends with. They should have thought about it. So, I think, I mean, it's not like a perfect match, but I like it enough that I'm gonna just go with it. And Goosebumps should be a pretty, like, easy read. And, like, it was either that or it was Donna Tartt's A Secret History, and I'm not ready for that right now. It's like super long, and I feel like too much for me right now. So, Goosebumps it is. You'll see a bit of a transition between the first part of the video and this part of the video, mostly in like change of clothes and probably like makeup, hairstyle, whatever. But excuse me, I just had to I couldn't do all of it all at once. So that is the way my life is right now. I have to do things in like little pieces because the little girl just takes up so much of my time. Let's continue with the third card. I really don't know how many cards I want to pull today. I think definitely at least 4. If not 5. Last month we did 6. And that was fun. But I think it really just depends on how long it takes me to come up with like books and choose my books, because I don't want to do a third part. I want this to be the end tonight. So let's continue. Let's just start. I like that. Simple. We got another mermaid. Queen of water. Queen of water. Queen of water. Queen of water. She's very beautiful. Some pearls and a golden tail. I really need to do some more tarot study because I have no idea. Nothing's coming out to me except that she's like relaxed. So we'll see what it says. Queen of water. Queen of water travels across the seas of her Viraxa on the back of a large gentle whale. Oh, there's a whale. Right there. I did not see that at first. Allowing their heart to lead the way. It is here that they feel and understand the energy of all the creatures. Within the water, where there is turmoil or disruption, they offer solutions without judgment. Where there is sadness, they extend kindness and allow time to listen without speaking. They absorb the emotions of others so that healing can begin. The Queen of Water appears as a situations from the perspective of all those involved, not just our own. When you need patience and the ability to extend compassion to those you disagree with, call on the Queen of Water to help create a safe space for all to share feelings and ideas. I feel like in my own personal life, I need this energy right now. Need the patience and ability to extend passion to those you disagree with. I think like everyone should have a little bit of Queen of Water. Like everyone, just more patience with each other, more understanding. Anyway, I digress. Personally need that. I think just in general, I think I need more patience and compassion towards others that don't agree with me. It's hard. It really is hard. So, I don't know. Something to do with water, something to do with kindness, support, trusting your intuition, being a safe space for everyone. I don't know yet. Let's figure out what kind of prompt we get. I hope it's good and not a hard prompt. A book about a famous artist or writer. I don't want that. Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna skip this. I'm gonna skip it because I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm sorry. It's my game. It's okay. I should just not say anything because I feel like every time I think or say something, it ends up being like, I don't want a difficult one. It ended up being really difficult. This is easy. Red cover. Something to do with being compassionate towards others and having a safe space for all. Having a safe space for all. We have a red cover, and I'm leaning on safe space for people to get together. And I chose. It has red on the cover. Okay. The Thursday Murder Club. And this whole thing is basically red. There's enough red, right? I think so. This is by Richard Osman, and I like the idea of, it says, in a peaceful retirement village, four unlikely friends meet weekly in the Jigsaw Room to discuss unsolved crimes, and they call themselves the Thursday Murder Club. I think that right there encompasses like basically what that card is saying, is that you need patience and ability to extend compassion to those you disagree with to help create a safe space for all to share feelings and ideas. I like the idea, like they're unlikely friends, so they are different, and I'm sure they disagree with things in different aspects, but they come together and they solve crimes. And I am still leaning on that, like I want to lean on the October feels, the mysteries, the horror, and there was another one, interesting facts about space, that definitely had more of a red cover, but I felt like I wanted to go for the vibes, like the mystery vibes, and I felt it also was better with the, what is it called? It was better matched to this card, meaning that's gonna be our third prisoner. They are there at the fairy's request. They will remain, until they release them from their station. They will remain, tethering them to this remote spot and not letting anyone come close. Fear of discomfort or being hurt because you do not have enough information to choose from can leave you in a holding pattern. The Two of Air asks you to examine if you are the source, the creator of the barrier that is preventing you from moving forward. Deep within your mind, you may know exactly what needs to change. However, emotionally, you are not ready to acknowledge the truth. Because of doubt and denial, you may find yourself mentally unable to face a decision that would open the door to new opportunities, just like the fairy with their card. Crows. With their card. Crows you too may be consciously choosing to stay in the dark. Ignorance can be bliss, but rarely does it help a situation advance. That's a brutal card. Okay. So not having enough information, kind of being in the dark, or choosing ignorance. Maybe like a character that doesn't have all the information, or that's being purposefully kept in the dark. I guess we'll find out what kind of book we will be sent to. Okay, a book where the protagonist is a criminal or anti-hero. Okay, well, I like that. I'm trying to think of something that I would like to read in general. A book where their protagonist is a criminal or anti-hero. I feel like there's a lot on my shelves, actually, from the bookish box that could work, in all honesty. Let me go check. I'll be back again. I had two choices here. One really fit the prompt. Protagonist is a criminal or an anti-hero. It was Blackbird. What is it? Butcher and Blackbird. Because they're serial killers, hunting serial killers. But I didn't feel like it. I mean, I guess I could have said that because they're like serial killers, they're like hiding something, but I don't feel like it truly encompasses. So instead of that book, I chose The Ritual by Chantal Tessier, and I've heard mixed reviews on this, so I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. It's like a dark academia, dark romance. There's like secret societies, and that's kind of why I wanted to go for this more, because, I feel like obviously the protagonist and like the boy is a part of the secret society, and I think she becomes like a part of it as well, something like that. And so like maybe I guess they're criminals, or they're anti-heroes, or I don't know, maybe villains even. And there's also a aspect of like hidden knowledge or hiddenness, keeping people in the dark, maybe even keeping her in the dark. this. Although at times rough, their tone is biting. They do offer what most do not: straightforward, honest, and accurate information that always proves to be helpful during times of uncertainty. The Knight of Air helps us speak up when we need an authoritative voice or to show our subject knowledge to persuade others. When this energy supports us, we can articulate our ideas succinctly, and as a result, we become an invaluable asset to others when they require fast, accurate information. The problem arises when we lean too much into the energy of the Knight of Air because it creates a narrative within that we are indispensable, a narrative that we often use to justify our actions. It's the Knight of Air that has us treating those around us like idiots or inferior. The Knight of Air energy will have us asking that our rude behavior be excused because there is no time for formalities or caring for others' feelings when information needs to be delivered. When the Knight of Air appears in a reading, be aware that your attitude may be putting those around you off, and although you may hold a great deal of wisdom, no one is ever indispensable. Your sharp intellect will open doors. How far you get into the room is up to you. Wow, I like that last sentence. Striking. Okay, someone, I'm thinking like a protagonist or even like an antagonist that maybe says too much or thinks too much of himself or herself, is super smart or super charming or something, likes to speak. So there's like some people like them, some people hate them, and they think that they're superior to others. I don't know. Let's see what prompt we'll get to guide us a little further. A book that will make me laugh. Okay. Interesting. This is hard because honestly, I don't find myself laughing in books very often. Not like truly laughing. Like, I really enjoy books. I really enjoy the banter and like jokes if they're good, but like, will there be a book that I'll actually laugh at? I don't know. Hold on a minute. I have an idea. Even though I said I was gonna go on a break. Okay. I know I said that I was going to take a break from this series. But I have a feeling that this might be the only book that I can think of right now that can make me laugh, because I have laughed at it before. And sometimes it's just so ridiculous, and sometimes it's cute and hilarious, and sometimes I giggle. So I'm gonna put Zodiac Academy, the 6th book, Fated Throne, on my TBR for October. And I think that works really well with this as well, because I feel like there's so many characters that could fit this, that have like a lot of knowledge, or that has a lot of power, or is respected, but sometimes they take it too far, and it's like they overstep a boundary, and it's like, yeah, your sharp intellect will open doors, but how far will you get into the room is up to you. And I feel like so many characters in this book fit that description at different times. And so and I feel like the boys in this, especially, sometimes the girls, they lean too much into the energy of the Knight of Air because it creates a narrative within them that they are indispensable and it justifies their actions. And I feel like, that can be used to describe them very, very, very well. So anyway, that's all I'm gonna do because I don't want this video to be too long. It's already gonna be too long. And I am, it's getting later and later, and I don't want to, I would love to keep going on, but we have other things to do. We have other places to be, some relaxation and some sleep to follow through on. And I hope that my whispering and my rambles and my books have all kind of at least put you at ease or have softened any anxieties